at the dealer getting some service done. Stumbled across this bad boy, a Hellcat. What do you think? Should I try and get a trade-in quote? My wife would kill me. What's up, YouTube friends? It's been a while. Hope everybody's good. I'm back with the Durango RT Tow and Go package, the 2021 model year, and this is going to be kind of a long-term, not review, but summary of my ownership. So far, we've just crossed 19,500 miles. I've had it almost 3 years now. I have it leased, so I'm under on mileage on the lease, but it's still 3 years ownership, just about, and 20,000 miles. So I feel like I have a good sense of the vehicle. So by and large, the vehicle has been great. My family and I have loved it, with very few exceptions. It's gotten us where we need to go safely, a little bit of fun, looking good in style. So, you know, the same reasons we bought it all still apply today. You know, it's a sharp, aggressive looks, style, attitude, whatever you want to call it, sound. The exhaust sounds great on this. Rear-wheel drive based V8 powered 3-row SUV with a very usable third row. It's in a bit of an interesting position. You know, it's not as big as the GM twins, the Tahoe and the Suburban. It's similar size to maybe the Explorer or the Telluride or the Traverse or some of the other Japanese and domestic cars, but it's notably more sporty in trim levels, just in terms of handling and kind of approach. So yeah, I mean, that's why we bought it. That's why we like it, and all that still holds true. It's been dead set reliable, just oil changes and living the dream. As far as the Uconnect, I've heard some reports it's buggy. We've had maybe 3 or 4 times it's dropped out with like the CarPlay or kind of started acting funny. That was all simply resolved by turning off the power or turning the engine off, getting out of the car, closing the door back up, restarting it, and it seemed to reboot itself just fine. So honestly, Uconnect's been pretty nice. I like it a lot. Over a year since I've had the Durango, but I've had my first real issue. It's not a huge issue. I think it'll fix itself shortly, but it is about 25 degrees out according to the screen. We had some odd weather today. It snowed, then it rained, then everything melted. It got warm, then it got really cold again. But I can't get any of the windows to go down. Okay. Neither side's doing it. Strange. I mean, I've had windows freeze up a little bit, but if I like push them as I try and help the switch, it goes down. But and I've been in the car 15 minutes now with the heat on and it's still not going down. So I don't know if it's just some crazy weather we had today with the snow by rain, then it got cold or what, but we'll see. 5 minutes later, been about 20 minutes with the heat on. The windows are finally going down. Give it a little nudge, so let's see if this one does it. That one's still not doing it. Now, if you're watching this in 2023, end of 2023 or beyond, you're probably going to be looking at this Durango used or considering it for a used purchase. So there's plenty of other reviews out there that can give you a good idea what the car's all about in terms of features and whatnot. But I'm just going to say, you know, when equipped with this package, the big SRT wheels, nice tuned suspension, adaptive suspension, it really drives like a lot of the German cars out there. You know, the Q7 or the X5. Handles really well, really planted on the road. Not really floaty at all, or couch-like like a lot of SUVs can be. So that's what we liked at the time when we bought it, and I still like it to this day. And having said that, my wife drives it just as much, if not more, than me. And it can get kind of bumpy sometimes, especially over like uneven bumps, or when you take a bump kind of at a diagonal, one wheel first, it can get really rough, like turning into a parking lot that's an elevated entryway. So keep that in mind. So with all that being said, yes, it's been a good 20,000 miles. Our lease is coming up, and my wife and I were contemplating what to do. We have ultimately decided to trade the car in and get something different for 3 main reasons. We'll call it really 2 main reasons. Just slightly rough suspension over bumps was my third, but we could certainly live with that if the other two weren't present. So number one was, or is, just frankly abysmal gas mileage. Full stop. We are currently averaging 10.6 miles per gallon. Now that is largely suburban short commutes, back and forth to school, shopping center, park, yada yada. My wife does it during the week, with mixed in occasional maybe 2.5 hour or 2 hour drives down to the shore and back. Most of that's highway. So when we have those long trips, the mileage definitely gets better, but average, since we've owned it, 20,000 miles nearly, 10.6 miles per gallon. It is bad. Wasn't a huge deal when we bought the car. Gas was a lot cheaper back then. It's still, I wouldn't say a huge deal, but I only expect gas prices to get worse, and if there's other options out there that get a lot better mileage, we might as well explore them. And the second reason, and frankly probably the number one, is the tire wear. I know these are the Pirellis, but they're all seasons. It must be something with the SRT alignment, but the toe-in or something on the camber on the front wheels, I mean, I got three wear bands showing on each of the front two tires, and the inside of the inner edge of them is like completely bald just past that as well. So the tires are frankly dangerous to drive right now. I wouldn't take it on the highway like this. And let's see how worn the tires are. They're just 19,000 miles. And at $2,000 for a set of 4 tires, that's a pretty big chunk of change. I guess that's kind of the price you pay when you're getting a sporty handling car. But do we really want that every 20,000 miles? I mean, that's a lot of money. On a related note, with the drivetrain there, the brake dust, the brakes look awesome on this car. They work very well, but man, they put out a ton of brake dust. It's really, really, really hard to keep clean. So that's another little minor thing that kind of bugs us. So with all that being said, my wife and I are going to trade it in and get something different. It's keeping with the 3-row SUV. See where it takes us. We do want something with some of the active driver assist, like the automatic collision brake or collision detection. It'll kind of brake for you. The adaptive cruise control, which I know the Durango has that, this one does not. So yeah, that's where we're at. I've enjoyed the car thoroughly. If anyone's looking to buy it used, again, I have no major complaints other than the gas mileage and the tire wear. So keep that in mind for your consideration, especially if you're buying this used. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and see what I get next. See ya. Here's a little hint of what's next.